Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger. We're back at you again today with another MLB 15, the show Diamond Dynasty video. We're doing another online game here, guys, and it's Thursday, so we started this up last week, and we will continue on. We're doing another edition of This Week in Major League Baseball. Every week, we're just going to be talking about what's going on in Major League Baseball, hot topics, talking about wins and losses, players and coaches, everything like that. Not coaches, managers, but you guys know what I meant. So I figured this week, just because there's not a lot of stories that I personally feel like talking about, I kind of go up and down the standings and just talk about how teams are doing after about a week and a half of baseball. Now, in the future, if there's any topic you guys want me to cover throughout the week, or something happens after this video you guys want me to cover or talk about it next week, come back to this video, leave it in the comments section. I definitely would take your suggestions and comments into mind when we talk about these things every week. So let's go up and down the standings here. We'll start in the American League. Boston is leading that right now by one game. 6-3 record. They've been very, very surprising. I'm happy that they're winning. I've always been somewhat of a Red Sox fan. I don't dislike the Red Sox, let's say it like that. I do dislike the Yankees, so seeing them at the bottom at 3-6 always pleases me. It just makes me happy. Sorry to all you Yankee fans out there. My prediction for this division is that the Red Sox will end up winning it. I'm just going to make some early season predictions as well, and maybe come back and revisit these at All-Star break and at least see, where I'm standing at. In the AL Central, oh my God, all you Tiger fans, I'm sorry. Everybody in the comments section last week was like, talk about the Tigers, talk about the Tigers. At that point, they were, I believe, 6-0 or 5-0, but they were beating up on the Twins. I mean, I could beat the Twins, so it wasn't really anything I wanted to touch base on. But they are 8-1. Kansas City is 7-1, playing right now, so we don't know the outcome of that game while I'm doing this commentary. That's going to be an interesting division. I think the Tigers will still win. Very disappointed in the White Sox so far. Now, again, keep in mind we've only played a week and a half of baseball. Things are going to change. I'm just talking about what's been going on for the first week and a half, but I expected the White Sox to maybe come out the gate and be a little better. Hopefully Jeff Samardzija can get his mojo going there. But I do expect the Tigers to win the division. I mean, with Cespedes and Miggy and Victor Martinez and J.D. Martinez, they just have too many bats. And then, Verlander, I think he's hurt right now. Is that correct? Has he not pitched yet? But, they got David Price still. Sean Green, I think, is a nice young arm. So I do expect the Tigers to win that division. I'm happy for the I almost called them the Kansas City Chiefs, and I believe I did that in a previous video. But I'm happy for the Royals that they're 7-1. It feels to me like they lost a lot from last year's team. Maybe they really didn't. I know they lost James Shield and Billy Butler, but it just kind of feels like they lost a lot, and that they're still playing well is pretty good. But maybe they didn't really lose a lot, and that's just, in my head. AL West, of course, the real-life budget squad is leading that division. The Oakland A's at 5-5. Seattle, very disappointing so far. They looked pretty good against the Dodgers for 2 games. But I expect the Mariners to win that division with the good young pitching that they have, and Robinson Cano and oh my God, I'm forgetting his name right now. Nelson Cruz. I almost forgot Nelson Cruz's name. The way those two are hitting, especially Nelson Cruz, he had like 4 days in a row where he hit a home run. I just can't see the Mariners losing that division, but right now they're sitting at the bottom of it. The Angels started off kind of slow. They're sitting there 4-5 now on a 1-game winning streak. And I don't think Texas and Houston are going to be any good. I don't think the A's can win this division, so my prediction for that is that the Mariners win there. And then in the NL, look at the Chicago Cubs. Joe Madden and his gang leading that division right now at 5-3. Somehow, some way, St. Louis will figure out how to win that division. You just know it's going to happen. But I'm rooting for the Cubs. Even though they beat my Rockies twice over the weekend, I do like the Cubs. I like Joe Madden. I like Anthony Rizzo. I think they got a good team, and I expect them to compete, man. But I think somehow, some way, the Cardinals will find a way to win. Seems like they always do. The NL East is just weird because the Braves, who everybody thought was going to stink because they traded everybody away, and now they're 6-3. They were at one point the last undefeated team in baseball, I believe. So they're sitting at the top, 6-3. The Mets as well, 6-3. You can watch out for the Mets. I don't think they're going to be able to score enough runs throughout the year, but Jacob deGrom, or however you pronounce his last name, Matt Harvey, I think they got some really good young pitchers. It's a shame that Zach Wheeler got hurt and was out for the year. But watch out for the Mets. I still think somehow the Nationals will win that division. They're probably one of the other stories this year as far as disappointing over the first week and a half. Probably the best pitching rotation in baseball, and they're sitting here at 3-6. Just got kind of beat down by the Red Sox. I believe they lost 2 out of the 3 games, but it just felt like the Red Sox were scoring a ton of runs. And then lastly, the National League West. You know I got to talk about my Rockies. As you guys can see in the video
deep out to left field.
Run by Stanton right there to win the game.
Ball game.
Rockies are 7-2. I guess the best record in the National League right now. Just swept the Giants, who are 3-7. Boy, the Giants cannot score runs. That's another team like the Cardinals where you think that they're going to get it together, but at the same time, I don't know, because it's an even year. They've been really good. I'm sorry, it's an odd year. 2015. They were really good. I think they won the titles in 08, 10, and 12. Or no, 14, 12, and 10. My bad. But the Giants, are they going to get it together? I don't think so. Go Rockies.